Leo, welcome back. I'm doing a reading today for July 11th until July 17th, 2021. I'm going to be taking a look at what needs your attention and focus right now. I am going to keep this same format, same 6-card format as last week's videos, because I really think that it provided a full spectrum of the emotions, the information. We got it all really easily. I liked how it read and the energy that came back to me on it. So we're going to try it again this week. These will still be general readings as always, and my focus is truly for your personal higher vibes. So I will encourage you, as always, please take that which is for you this week. Take the things that resonate for you and leave everything else exactly where it is. You don't need to carry it around. Let's take a look, Leo, at what needs your attention and focus right now for July 11th to 17th. Okay, overall energy for you this week, Leo, is the Eight of Pentacles. What are you working on right now? Looks to me like you may be dealing with developing your emotional intelligence. And by that, I mean just like learning to better manage some of your emotions, because I see you wanting to make some changes in your relationships and in your, forward moving life. But they're coming from a place of, okay, I really need to become more emotionally honest with myself and learn how to manage my emotions when they come up so that I can have better relationships with the people that I care about and, move forward in a more smooth path. So I see you here, this Eight of Pentacles energy, putting that work in, like actually taking the time out to really consider it, to sit with yourself, to spend time with yourself, and to really kind of have those challenging internal conversations about what emotions are surfacing for you and what you need to do with them or how you can best process them. Looking at the advice cards here, we have Three of Wands, the Hierophant, Four of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Six of Cups. I do think ultimately you are looking at developing stronger relationships either with your children or in your family, or with people from your past that you're recently coming back into connection with, or relationships that have been long-standing, friendships that have been long-standing for you. I think this is coming on the heels of developing a new life plan. Maybe you're recently putting together a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, starting to take your future planning a little bit more seriously. Perhaps you've been dealing with going to get some counseling as well to get some help on this. And I do think that if you are reaching out to a coach or a therapist, something to that effect, that is bringing you peace of mind. It is helping you feel more like you are going to have the tools, you're going to have the ability to be able to manage what's going on. So we see you being a little bit more thoughtful in how you approach your emotions, more mindful when they surface, where they're coming from, what they mean, why they're affecting me in the ways that they are, and trying to apply that in these relationships that have been long-standing for you, that are important to you. And I think this is in an effort to fortify them, because I do think a part of this plan has to do with how deep your emotional connections are with the people that are around you. We will do some clarifying. Oh, yeah, the wheel just came flying out here. So we're looking on changing a cycle. Maybe you're somebody who hasn't in the past had a lot of time for your interpersonal relationships, working a lot, things like that, and there may be a shift that's happening that's allowing you more space, but you don't necessarily know how to relate. That's possible. Let's look at the Eight of Pentacles. Knight of Materials, Five of Emotions, and the Seven of Materials. Yeah, it's like you have some difficulty, Leo, with developing emotional depth with the people that are close to you. You're maybe a bit slow to open up to people, which seems counterintuitive for a Leo, but depending on what some of your other placements are, if you have placements perhaps in Scorpio or Virgo, things like that, which make you a little bit more internalized in your processing, it may not be easy for you to go deep with people. You can be very exuberant and energetic on the surface level. People probably think you're very fun to be around, but it may be challenging for you to really go deep and to be able to grow and expand a relationship with somebody, because there's parts of you that you don't want revealed. You have hurt inside of you, you have worry inside of you, you have anxiety inside of you, and these are things that you don't want people to associate with you. So you just don't go deep because you don't want to have that vulnerability. So a lot of what's going on right now is taking steps towards being okay with being more emotionally vulnerable when it comes to the relationships that are important for you to nurture and grow with. Let's take a look at the Three of Wands. Ooh, okay. Ace of Emotions and the Muse of Materials just kind of fell into my hand here. And the Page of Voices. It's interesting, Leo, because I feel like there must be a catalyst activity, like something that has happened that's brought you to this point, because you're like, I need to have a fresh start here, and I need this fresh start to be coming from a place of genuine authenticity. It needs to be coming from a place of wanting to be able to root and be a person that somebody can come to with what they need, with what they want. I want people to have that trust and that sense of being able to come to me as their rock. I want to be able to start conversations with the people in my life that can go deeper. So I don't know, perhaps you've dealt with like a health scare or an accident or something like that. But it seems that this has been kind of like um, there's like a sudden catalyst to this energy, to this need to shift. Let's look at the Six of Cups down here as well. Eight of Emotions, Seven of Emotions, and the World. Yeah, it's like, whenever anybody close to you, Leo, has tried to get deeper with you, has tried to get information out of you, has tried to connect with you on a more intimate level, your tendency is to kind of like turn your back on the situation, walk away from the situation, not indulge it. There is a fear of vulnerability that's coming up here. It's really kind of like, I'm feeling it in my chest and stuff. It's just uncomfortable. And that's totally understandable. It's challenging and difficult for a lot of us to be able to just be vulnerable with others. And that's something that you're realizing and seeing as a block in your relationships that you need to be able to move past in order to, go to the next phase, to keep these people close to you. To keep people close to you, we have to have that reciprocity of giving back and forth in our vulnerability. They have to be able to be vulnerable with you, and you need to be able to be vulnerable with them. When it's one-sided, we can never bond. Bonding comes when we're vulnerable with one another, and I think you're recognizing that. And you are actively, like, you're doing the right steps, right? You're putting that work in, you're seeking higher counseling of some kind, and that's making you feel more comfortable with it. But it is going to be, a journey, because part of this is proving to the people that you care about, to the people that you love, that you're not going to turn your back on them when we need to get, more deep and emotional together. So that's some food for thought for you. I do think, we've had the Wheel and the World both come out here. We are working on ending that cycle, getting started on a new way of having our relationships. But if emotional vulnerability is challenging for you, Leo, this is the time to really face it. And I think you are doing the right things here. Just be patient with yourself and give yourself grace. This is going to be a slow process. You can't expect to bond with everybody overnight. But I think that you are working in the right direction, and this is something that definitely needs your attention right now, so keep with it. I really hope this was helpful, and if it was, please give me a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you back here next week.